Hey, hey, my fellow angling addicts. Welcome back to the channel. Your old friend is here. And today we're diving deep into what promises to be a truly fascinating day on the water. November 6th, 2025. I'm talking about a day where the crisp autumn air hints at winter, but the fish, my friends, are still telling a tale of opportunity. We're going to break down why this particular day across our incredible United States might just be the one you've been waiting for, offering some surprising bites if you know where to look and what to throw. Stick with me, because by the end of this, you'll be armed with the knowledge to make this November 6th unforgettable. First up, let's talk about those largemouth bass. As water temperatures continue their cooling trend into the low 60s and high 50s in many regions, bass are in full-on feeding mode, bulking up for winter. You'll want to focus on shallow cover receiving sunlight, like fallen timber, brush piles and weed lines early in the day. As the sun gets higher and the water warms slightly, they might move to the edges of deeper drop-offs. For tactics, a Texas-rigged jig in green pumpkin or black and blue, or a shallow diving crankbait mimicking crawfish can be deadly. Remember, their metabolism slows down, so a slow retrieve is absolutely key. Next, for our trout enthusiasts, November 6th looks promising. These cold water warriors will be actively feeding in many rivers and streams across the country, especially in tailwater fisheries or spring-fed streams. Look for them in current seams, behind larger rocks, or in deeper pools where they conserve energy and ambush food. If you're a fly angler, nymphs like a San Juan worm, pheasant tail, or stonefly patterns can be incredibly effective. For spin fishing, small inline spinners in gold or silver, or even tiny spoons, can entice a bite. A subtle presentation and a slow drift are usually more productive as their metabolism is slower in cooler water. Keep an eye out for brown trout spawning. Rainbows will be right there, looking for those eggs. Now let's head to the Midwest and northern states for our walleye fans. Early November can be prime time for bigger walleye as they start to put on the feed bag for winter. Focus on deeper humps, rocky points, and breaks where they can ambush baitfish. Jigging with live minnows is a classic and highly effective technique. You can also try slow trolling crankbaits that mimic baitfish along drop-offs. Don't overlook a midday feeding window if the weather is stable. And for those along the coasts, especially the mid-Atlantic, the striped bass bite should be strong. Early November brings some of the best fishing on the Chesapeake, for example, as rockfish school up and gorge on abundant bait. These migratory giants will be actively chasing baitfish in larger bays, estuaries, and nearshore waters. Look for diving birds, indicating bait balls pushed to the surface or along channel edges and depth contours. Structure like bridge pilings, jetties, and artificial reefs are excellent ambush points. Throw large topwater plugs in the early morning or late afternoon if you see them breaking the surface. Otherwise, soft plastics like paddle tail, swim baits on jig heads, bucktails, or metal spoons will get the job done. All right, friends, let's get into the nitty-gritty of why these tactics will work. The weather across much of the United States on November 6th, 2025, is shaping up to be a generally cool, crisp fall day. We're looking at temperatures ranging from around 44 to 51 degrees Fahrenheit during the day, dropping to between 39 and 50 degrees Fahrenheit at night. Crucially, there are 0 inches of precipitation expected, meaning no rain or snow to spoil our fun. Atmospheric pressure is expected to be stable or slowly falling, which, from my experience, is usually a good sign for active fish, often triggering a feeding response. We might see moderate winds, possibly from the north or northwest, bringing that cooler air. The water temperature is definitely on a downward trend across the country as we move deeper into November. In many freshwater bodies, you can expect temperatures anywhere from the mid-40s to the low 60s Fahrenheit, depending on your latitude. Northern lakes, for instance, could be in the low 50s. This cooling forces fish to seek out warmer pockets. Think rocky areas, shallower wood, or sun-exposed flats, or to move to deeper, more stable thermal zones. This temperature shift is crucial. It boosts their metabolism and makes them want to eat, but they'll be more sluggish, so slower presentations are vital. Now for the moon phase. On November 6th, 2025, the moon will be in a waning gibbous phase with about 99% of its surface illuminated and getting smaller. This is just one day after the full moon, the famous beaver moon. Popular fishing wisdom often links the waning gibbous phase, especially so close to the full moon, with increased fish activity, particularly around dusk and dawn, due to stronger tides and increased nocturnal feeding. Some anglers believe that brighter nights can mean fish feed heavily at night and are resting during the day, so be prepared to adjust. In terms of general fish activity, November 6th finds many species in a late fall mode, actively transitioning to their winter patterns. Many fish are packing on the pounds, leading to excellent feeding windows. Bass, crappie, walleye, and many coastal species like striped bass and redfish will be active. However, as the weather is prone to sudden changes in November, some fish might be a bit more finicky, moving frequently. Expect both aggressive feeding and periods of caution, requiring you to adapt your presentation. So what's my clear assessment for November 6th, 2025? Considering the stable to slowly falling barometer, cooling but still active water temperatures and a nearly full moon stimulating fish activity, I'm giving the overall fishing assessment for this day a solid good to excellent, with the potential for a truly memorable day on the water. The key is to remember that fish are bulking up, but their metabolism is slowing, so patience and precise, slower presentations will be rewarded. Well, my friends, that's the breakdown for November 6th, 2025. I sincerely wish each and every one of you tight lines and a fantastic day on the water. May your reels scream and your coolers be heavy. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up if you found it helpful, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next forecast. And hey, I want to hear from you. What are your plans for November 6th? What species are you targeting? And what's your go-to fall lure? Share your tips and tricks in the comments below. Let's build this community together. Until next time, stay safe and ni kvosta, ni cheshuyi.